Hi everyone, it is the 26th of July today, and welcome to another video. And please remember to subscribe to the channel and like the videos. Those of you that do, thank you. And yeah, we're cutting some grass, and this is for haylage and hay. So our intention is that we will probably round bale it all. We might make some small bales, but sort of thinking at the moment probably not. We may do some small bales in a little field that's 4 acres, which is directly above us now, or in front of the tractor, and so we may do that later on in August. There'll be some second cut stuff, and see how we go. So we've got quite a busy time coming up, and the weather forecast is looking good, so we have got looking like at least a week of dry weather. So we're hoping we can get this saved, make sort of about 110, 120 round bales of haylage, which will be for feeding the cattle and for horse haylage. We don't sell a huge amount for horses, but we do sell a little bit, and they like this type of grass for haylage. We used to make ryegrass haylage, but they prefer this now, so that's what we tend to do, and it's a permanent pasture. This side of the field where I'm cutting, we spread farmyard manure on that back sort of last November, December time, and last summer, or sort of, yeah, last summer really, we spread lime on this field, or on this half of the field, and our intention is, with a pile of muck that we've tipped down at the bottom of this field, that will be spread on here in the autumn, and then we'll lime the other half of the field. It's sort of like a 25-acre field, so it's a nice big field, and it's been down to grass for all of my lifetime, and sort of don't see any value in ploughing it, and we get a lot of production off it, so it's sort of fairly hard wearing through the winter with sheep grazing, and it takes quite a lot of abuse probably, but because it is a permanent pasture, it's a bit more, as I say, hard wearing. And we fed fodder beet out here over the other side last winter, and sort of that all recovered from that, and if it had been a new lay, it probably would have been a bit more of a mess than it was. So it's about 6 o'clock now. I'll finish cutting this piece probably tonight, and then I'll cut the other piece over the other side tomorrow morning. And this field, as I say, because it's permanent pasture, there's lots of nice grasses here, and it's grazed out tight in the spring, so it's all sort of like fresh growth, although it could have been cut a bit earlier, and because it's starting to get some regrowth again now, but it'll make really nice sweet smelling hay. To finish off this video, I will just fly over the winter barley and some of the cattle, so you can have a look at that. Crop's a bit laid, but it is cutting off quite nicely, and yeah, it should make some really nice stuff. There's a little patch of creeping thistle earlier, or in this field, so earlier we pulled that patch of stuff, so we didn't want that in the hay and haylage, so that's good. And Dad also went round and cut some docks off that were here as well, because we didn't want those seeds getting spread around, and we didn't really want it in the hay, so did that. And yeah, so it's pretty clean. There's some weed here, but nothing too bad, and no ragwort or anything like that. Just flying across the winter barley here now. Just to the right was really wet down there in the winter, but it's looking really nice, but it's ready to cut now. There's a fence line there in the middle with a track down through, that's what that green bit is. And yeah, as I say, it's ready to cut. Some cows and calves here. They're some Angus calves there running with the... So they're first calvers, and they were related to our old bull last year. So that's why they've got black calves, because we AI'd them. And then there's this year's heifers running with the new bull that we bought. So they're not related to him. 3 sheep there that will go to the market with some lambs next week. And here we have this year's ewe lambs, so they'll be coming into the flock this year as breeders. And spring barley. It's a weird line there across the middle, I'm not sure what that is. Wheel marks maybe. So this is quite a nice crop. There's a few patches, as you can see there in front of the camera, but so yeah, just some poor patches there. Leather jackets, I think, but on the whole, this is quite a good field of corn. The majority of it, as you can see, is a good field of corn. And then another field of winter barley there, which is looking nice, and as I say, ready to cut. More sheep in that field. They're later born ewes and lambs, mostly mule ewes. And there's the rams in that field with cows and calves. So these cows here are cows that are still due to calve. And we had a bit of a disaster there the other morning with a cow calving, and she didn't have an udder, and then it looked a bit mucky, so we had to calve her, and she had a dead calf inside her. So it was a very big calf, and had a job to get it away, so we did in the end, and she is alright now. She's still with this group, and yeah, it's unfortunate really. She's a second calver, and like I say, she didn't have an udder, so she wasn't really ready to calve yet. But as I say, there's this big dead calf inside her, so we got it off. We gave her antibiotic and Metacam, sort of an anti-inflammatory for pain relief. That's the rest of the cows and calves in this field. This is the field with all the World War II stuff in it. There's last year's calves in that field. That's one of the herbal lay fields. Looks like there's hardly any in this field. This is a big field. It's like 20. That one's 25 acres as well. So as I say, that's cows and calves. They got the bull running with them. Back over the winter barley field. Yeah, so just flying back over to where I am stood now, and there is a pile of muck that's come out of the sheds that we've just cleaned out, and that's going to be spread on that side of the field there that I haven't cut. And the piece around the edge and by the woods is we've had the sheep graze in there with an electric fence. So yeah, cut the rest of that in the morning, and looks fairly parallel. So that's I'll just go around each side of that piece now and won't mark out through the middle, I don't expect. Right, thanks for watching, and drone's probably quite noisy now because it's really close. So yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video soon.